Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? So happy to be with you. Thursdays are always fun, right? We get to stamp together and have a good time. I have yet to push together Tuesday's videos into one. I may do that down the road because of the glitch with YouTube. It was definitely not my internet because everything else in the house was working, but I don't know what happened. I'm really sorry that it's in two videos, but things happen, right? What are we going to do about it? Nothing we can do. So I'm just going to go through some announcements, and then we're going to continue with the triangles because Tuesday's projects were triangle backgrounds. So using triangles to create a background. And this time we're going to do 2 triangle fun fold cards, which I think you're really going to enjoy. And I'm really excited to show you how to make them, and you'll have to let me know if you've ever made either one of those. So let's go ahead and get started with announcements, and then we'll make some cards. So all sweets and sweet products are buy one get one half off. That means that if you purchase one sweet, the lesser valued sweet, if you buy a second sweet, the lesser valued of the 2 sweets is half off, and any products in it. So let's say you don't want the whole suite, but you want the 2 bundles that are part of a suite. If you buy one bundle, you'll get the second one at half. And this is for all online exclusive and annual catalog suites. So don't miss out. Even the embellishments. If you want all the embellishments from all the suites, you can order embellishments and get buy one, get one half. So lots and lots of ideas and fun things that you can do with this special. And if you go to my online store at inkyhandswarmhearts.com, click on store, you can see that what I have available, there is a section in the ordering that says, I believe it says specials sweet sale, I think is what it's called. And then all of the products that are buy one, get one, it will explain them. And then it'll show all of the sweets and all, like a little picture of each of them that's included in the sale, and any of the parts and pieces of those sweets are included. So yeah, super exciting, and go shopping, guys. All right, so that's it for that. Paper Pumpkin for the month of June, it is getting ready to ship out. So Tuesday is the last day to sign up, and it'll ship on Thursday the 12th because Stampin' Up is closed for day of service on the 11th, so it'll ship on the 12th. And hopefully I will get it as soon as I can so that I can do an unboxing video and then do alternates for you. I had a crazy May and still haven't done alternates for the May kit, but I am going to do them. Just hang in there, keep checking my channel. They will pop up eventually because I had my daughter graduated from nursing school, had a lot going on. I had her graduation party. I had, you know, just lots of things happening in my life right now, and I just couldn't get it together. So I will very soon, and you will have your alternates. So Full of Charm is going to coordinate with a suite that will be out in July. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Of course, you'll get 9 coordinating envelopes. The envelopes and the card bases are going to have decorative gold foiling on them, which I think is going to be really beautiful. You're going to have paper pieces and sentiment labels. And the colors that are in this kit are Berry Burst, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, which happens to be our Stampin' Spot, and Timid Tiger. So if you're interested in signing up, this is going to be an exquisite suite. I think it's going to be one of those really popular ones. Don't miss out because all our floral ones are pretty awesome. And then once you purchase it, you'll get it at some point towards the end of June, and starting in July, you'll be able to order the suite that coordinates with this Paper Pumpkin. So it's quite a good deal. I love when they coordinate with suites. We also have still some coordinating add-ons available. The June one has a leaf and a floral, as you can see right here. And the Hugs was from April, and then May had that cool little sentiment. But the thing is, these dies are very versatile. You can use them with lots of different stamp sets. They don't have to just coordinate with Paper Pumpkin. But anyway, that's it for the add-on. If you'd like that, oh, sorry, the item number is 166238. And it's still available in the store. Let's talk about kits. We got a couple new kits. I can't wait to get mine. I ordered this Pop-Up Pals kit, and it makes 4 cards, one each of 4 designs. I can't wait to get it to play with it, but I think that it'll be a really good way for you to learn how pop-up mechanisms work, because you're going to get to put them together. There's going to be instructions for you. You should be good to go. It is a non-stamping kit, so there's no stamping involved. You just have to fold your pieces, attach them into your cards, and you have 4 quick cards. It's a really fun event to do, like maybe at a birthday party with kids. I think that would work really good, or just if you have the grandkids over, grab this kit, because I think they will have a great time putting it together with you. And the other kit for June is called Make a Memory. It's a scrapbooking kit. It makes 3 12 by 12 2-page spreads, so 6 total pages. It is not a stamping kit, so you'll just pop out all your ephemera pieces, frames, tags, and the like, and then all step-by-step directions on how to put the pages together. So if you want to dabble in scrapbooking, this is a really great way in, because you're going to have step-by-step instructions. And then May's kits were Share a Smile, which I actually just ordered as well. I haven't gotten it yet, but I can't wait to play with it. Sorry for my reach. I need to get some water. I already feel my throat. That will help. So this one's $14. It makes 8 cards. They're note card size, so they're not full size A2 cards. They are about this big or so, a little smaller than a regular card size. But what I like about them is that they're going to fit in your purse. You're going to be able to pass them out as you're running around on your errands. I just love to spread joy everywhere I go, and cards really do that for people. So get this kit for $14. You're going to get 8 cards that you can pass out, and you can make 8 people's day for $14. You can't beat that. All right, and then the last kit that I want to talk about is the Beautiful Blues kit. If anybody has gotten this kit that's in the chat, please let us know, because I'm curious if it's as beautiful as it looks in this photo. I'm sure it's probably prettier, but I don't have it, and I would love some input. So if you have this kit, please tell us about it. It is a stamping kit. You get 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and I believe it's $23. If you like the color blue, this is the kit for you, of course. All right, Card Fiesta. My next Card Fiesta event is going to be on June the 21st, and I can't wait to see you there. For those of you that are able to come, please let me know either in the chat or send me a text message or email, because I need to plan if we're going to have attendees or not. But I just would love to know if you're coming. Please let me know via text or email. It is a class that we do at a Mexican restaurant, which is why I call it Card Fiesta. It is on Saturdays always, and it's from 12:30 to 3:30. And the 21st of the month is our next one. The ones after that are July 5th and 19th. So I hope that you can attend, or if you're vacationing in the Virginia Beach area and you would like to come to this class, just reach out to me, send me an email, and let me know, and I would love to hold your spot. What we do is we get there around 12 o'clock, we eat Mexican food, and at 12:30 we start stamping. We have such a good time. It is so much fun, and we're there till about 3:30 in the afternoon, and you can make a variety of cards. Everything comes, you can make 1 card or you can make 10 cards. It's really up to you. But we have a really good time. It's a great group of ladies, and I love my Card Fiesta group. If you are not a member of my Inky Hands crew, what are you guys waiting for? To me, it's the best deal out there. It's $8. You get 6 projects, all designed by me. You can use any products that you have. You don't have to use the stamp set or bundle or suite that I use. I usually use 1 suite, stamp set, or bundle to make all 6 projects. And you can use anything in your stash. Just follow my layouts and make the same type. I love this class and I love designing for it, and I hope that you will enjoy the membership. Like I said, it's $7.99 a month, and you can try it for 1 month. If you don't like it, you could stop, or you could just stay in. If you're somebody that watches my videos and would like to support me, this is a really great way. It's open to anyone. It doesn't have to be a US residence, because I'm not sending any product out at all. It's all digital. So I would love it if you follow me and you watch my videos and make my projects, there's a really great way to support me for just the price of a Starbucks once a month. So you're going to get way back more than what you get at Starbucks. All right, game night, that is available. So I will be putting the links to all these registrations. So if you have not signed up for game night yet, we're going to use Party Piggy as our bundle, and I'm really excited about using that little bundle of products. So I would love it if you would join us. Registration link is now in the chat, and you should be able to click that and sign up for game night. We will make 4 cards, and you have the chance to win 4 prizes. We play 4 games of lucky number, and we play and we make 4 cards, so it's a 4-card class. It costs $40 plus shipping, and if your last minute sign up, the total, it's $10 shipping. So if your last minute sign up, it's $55 at the last minute. But if you'd like to sign up early, you get the best deal. So that's the way it works, just because that gives me a chance to cut and all that good stuff. But I would love to have you join us. We have so much fun, and you can catch those on my live tab on my Inky Hands channel. So if you go to YouTube and you type Inky Hands Warm Hearts in the search bar, it'll bring up like a little photo of me, and then next to it, it'll say Inky Hands Warm Hearts. If you click on that banner, it'll take you to my channel. There's a few tabs in there. One of them says live. You can go in there and you can watch us play Lucky Number and see if it's something that you would like. But it is so much fun. We have such a great time, and you get 4 cards worth of products sent to me. And I always do goodies. You get a goodie bag, you get all your pre-cut pieces if you choose to purchase on the bundle. But if you have it already, all you have to do is pay for the class fee. So it's a really fun night, and I would love to have you join us for Lucky Number. This is the last week to sign up for Stamp Camp. So if you missed my Stamp Camp, or if you have not filled out your registration form yet, I need that as soon as possible. I am going to probably on Saturday send out invoices or contact you guys for the shipping cost that has to be added to Stamp Camp, because I have not billed for it. But if you've already sent it to me, don't worry about it. I'm not going to charge you twice. I know who has sent it to me. A couple of you have. But I will invoice the rest of you for shipping, and we are going to have so much fun at the end of June with 13 projects. I do a Stamp Camp 3 times a year, every time a catalog comes out. 2 mini catalogs and 1 annual catalog come out a year. So we do 2 mini Stamp Camps and 1 annual catalog Stamp Camp. And this time we're using the celebratory sips, which is the set that you see right here. And we are making 13 projects, and you get 13 bonus projects as well. And speaking of the design team that I'm on that does Stamp Camp, I have new tutorial bundles every month in my store, except for the 3 months of Stamp Camp, because the tutorial bundle is the one that you get for Stamp Camp. But the other 9 months of the year, you can purchase tutorials from me. We have some really great themes, and I think you will enjoy these tutorials. So check those out. You can go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and then you're going to click on shop, and in the shop drop down, you're going to look for retired products, PDFs, and retired products. And I do have also retired products in my store, so check that out. I would love to have those of you who are looking into possibly starting to learn how to scrapbook join the virtual album retreat. It is available by purchasing the month-by-month album retreat 2025 kit. So you can craft with that new kit, and you will learn how to make 12 2-page spreads over 3 days, but you do not have to attend during that time frame. You can attend anytime you want. The videos will be available even after the presentation, so you can work it at your own pace. But it is a live event. If you could be there, that would be great, but you don't have to, like I said. And if you are dabbling in scrapbooking, this is a really fun way for you to get 12 2-page spreads done in a very short amount of time. Everything is pre-cut for you. All you have to do is stamp and assemble, and you are going to have so much fun. So Let me know if you're interested or if you need more information. I am going to show you a couple more things. This is the supply list, so I will get that to you if you sign up. And then, of course, these are the samples of the pages. And like I said, all you have to do, you're going to make a 12 spread album, which is 2 pages each, so 24 pages, using the month-to-month album retreat 2025 kit. Everyone who purchases kit gets access to an exclusive Facebook group where they can join the live event. And to learn all about the month-to-month retreat kit and the virtual album kit, please go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com, click on shop, and go to the store. You're going to type virtual album retreat, and you can check all of the information out. But these are some really beautiful scrapbook pages. I hope that if you're interested in getting started with scrapbooking, that this is something you might try out, because it's going to be a really fun event, I believe. And then here's the pre-cut pieces. You get 4 stamp sets, embellishments, lots of things, page protectors. So the only thing you don't get is your album. And then also in my store, as well as the PDFs from the design team, I have my paper piecing patterns. So if you want to get a jump on Halloween, you can purchase my patterns. I have, I think, 2022, 2023, and 2024. And then for Easter, I didn't do one last year. I don't remember what happened. I think I just got too busy and I wasn't able to do them, but I do have 2023 and 2024 Easter in my paper piecing patterns. Okay, that was a lot, guys, a lot. The only other thing I have not spoken to you about is my class that I am having called Gallery Notes and Totes. And if you have not seen, we have a stamp set and die set in the annual catalog. I'm going to find it for you to show you. It's called Notes and Totes. And we are going to be using that and then beautiful motif dies along with the damask embossing folder. And we are going to be making 4 cards, a mini album, and a box to keep your 4 cards in. It makes a super awesome gift. And our cards are going to look nothing like this, but this is the bundle that we're using. It's going to be amazing. I already have people signed up, but I need you guys to sign up as soon as possible, because I only am offering this until Saturday. So if you want to sign up, you have to sign up by Saturday. Let me give you a really quick peek at what we will be doing, and then we'll get started with this. So this is my mini album. And it has small pages in here that you can put your photos in. And all of them have a different paper. Then this is the box that has the 4 cards. And all the cards are fun fold cards. And this is how the box works. It fits inside of each other. Okay, and we even decorate the box. How beautiful would it be to give this as a gift? So you're going to get 4 cards and envelopes, and you're going to get your box that you're making. This is one of the cards. This one opens. And it's kind of a gatefold with a little surprise inside. Then we have this one, which is also a fun fold. I love this. This one is so beautiful. I think it's so elegant. And then this one's a belly band card with a surprise inside. Cute little beach bag. And then the last one is a easel pop-up card. And lots of fun with these projects. So this one folds flat, but it pops up and it stands like this. I have to get it set up so I can stand it up for you. Give me a second. All right. There we go. But it's hard for me to show it to you, so I'm going to kind of turn it like this. So it stands like this. I have to hold it because it will definitely fall over sideways. And then inside you have this really fun sentiments. And of course, your little beach bag opens. You could put a gift card in there. Lots of fun. I think it's going to be a super awesome project class, and I hope that you can join us. I'm just going to put these off to the side. I'm not going to bother closing them, so we can go ahead and get started with this fun projects that we're working on. So I'm using the Thankful Garden bundle this week. It is a stamp set, a set of decorative masks and dies. and we're going to be using those today. On Tuesday, I used this flower from here, and this time I'm using the hydrangea, and we're going to make 2 cards. Tuesday we started with making backgrounds with triangles, and today we're doing 2 triangle cards. So this is a triangle fun fold card. So you're going to lift up and up, and there's your card on the inside. So we're going to make that one. And then this one is a triangle joy fold card, and we are making this. So I'm going to teach you how to make both of these. As you can see, triangles are still very prevalent, and we are going to work on them for the rest of the week. So let's go ahead and move everything out of the way, and we'll get started. We're going to start with this card right here. So I think I'm good with my voice. I'm going to put my water bottle back, and hopefully I don't need it again. Take a quick sip of water before I get started. All right. So this is the card that we're going to make. And the first thing I'm going to do is teach you how to do your masks first. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and grab our piece here. I'm using a temporary adhesive to hold my piece in place, but I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink, which I don't have out right now. I forgot to put it out with the other ink pads. And we are going to stamp the hydrangea stamp. So I'm going to go ahead and get that inked up. I always like to ink large stamps upside down. All right, so let's move this out of the way. We don't need this yet. We're going to go ahead and stamp our flower on this piece of basic white cardstock. And I like to hold it for a second, make sure that it's nice and held so that the ink penetrates my cardstock. So there is my outlined image. I'm going to go ahead and clean the stamp. And I'm going to teach you how to make it for this card. And for the second card, I don't have to teach you because I've already taught you. But I will give you a little tip on the second card. So when we get to that, get ready for a little tip. All right, so I'm going to bring this back in now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my masks. So there are a series of masks. I haven't cleaned these because I was going to re-ink them anyway, so I didn't go about it. But you get 1, 2, 3, I think there's 5. Yeah, 5 decorative masks. They work with both flowers and also the leaves on both flowers. So this time we're using the one on the right, which is the hydrangea. And we're going to start with Balmy Blue. But what I want to do first is I want to position this. I have marked my scrap piece of paper that it indents here in these little areas, and I've marked it with a pencil so that I can line it up every time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of a temporary adhesive on the back of my paper, and I'm going to hold this in place and slide this in so that the hydrangea lines up with my mask. There we go. And then I'm just going to press it into the place so that it doesn't move around when I'm using my blending brush. So now I can line up with my marks that I used already. And this is just going to go directly around your little hydrangea. I think these masks are pretty amazing. I always get excited with them because it just makes me smile that we get to do these cool projects, right? So we're going to start with Balmy Blue because I'm trying to get like that periwinkle bluish purple color. And we're going to start with Balmy Blue, and we're going to start with mask number 1. Whoops, I shifted it slightly. So I'm going ahead and filling in all of my flowers in this really pretty blue. Now I'm going to revisit this one in a minute, so I'm going to put it to the right. And I'm going to close Balmy Blue. We're going to move to Fresh Freesia. And I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to go over the top of Balmy Blue with a little bit of Fresh Freesia. So the first blending brush was the large one, and then these are the small ones. So I just want to add a little bit of a periwinkle color to the background. I do want some of that light blue to show, but I don't want it completely covered, so I'm just doing a light covering. See how it's more of a hydrangea color now? So I'm gonna grab my next mask, and this one I'm gonna use the Fresh Freesia ink. So I'm just gonna set it over the top, and this doesn't cover all the flowers, which is why I used that other color first, because this is gonna darken up my flowers a little bit, and I wanted to have the background all even one color. So I'm just gonna add a little bit, and it adds a little pop of a pinkish purple. See how pretty that is? But see how the whole background now is the right color that I wanted? So that's mask number 2. And now we're going to switch to Highland Heather and back to a large blending brush. I just happen to have certain ones for certain colors, so no rhyme or reason to it, just what I grabbed at the time, the first time I used the color, because I pretty much have one of these for every color. Okay, so now we're gonna do the next mask, which, as you can see, they're getting smaller and smaller, and I'm lining up with my my lines here on this paper, which that really helps. And now I'm going to fill in only the spots that are left. So now I have 3 colors of that. Isn't that so pretty? All right, so next we're gonna do our leaves, and we're gonna use Garden Green for our leaves for both the highlight and the main color. I felt like it was the closest green color to actual hydrangeas, so that's why I chose it. So let's get that over there and move these masks right now. And I'm gonna get this in the same spot again, and see how it's placed just perfectly so that you get that black outline showing through the mask. So we're gonna pick up some green, and I just want to make sure I have it held properly. Okay, and I'm just gonna lightly go over the top. I don't want to get too dark because I'm gonna add a darker highlight, but I don't want it to be too light either. So I'm just gonna get a medium amount of color on there. When I'm happy with that, I'll remove my mask. And now we're gonna put on our mask number 5. So see how quickly, even though it's 5 masks and it's a lot of layering, these masks really help your projects take them to the next level, because now you're gonna have all this beautiful shading. You don't have to figure it out yourself. You don't have to use blends to get it just right. You can just use a blending brush, and very quickly you can fill your surface with leaves. Look at how beautiful that is. Quite happy with what that looks like. What do you guys think? Pretty awesome. Okay, so lastly, now what I want to talk about, let me move these masks out of here. To clean them up, you can just run them under water, or you can use a baby wipe. I'm gonna leave them alone for right now, and I'm just gonna tuck them up there. Now I'm just gonna remove my my hydrangea, and I'm gonna rub that adhesive off the back, and then I'm gonna use the dies. Let me grab those, and I have to cut out my hydrangea, so we're gonna get this one out right here and get my mini machine. No judgment on my mini machine, because guys, it's been loved. Okay. I promise you that I buy new plates, but there's something about this machine, it's pretty powerful. This particular one, my blue one, is not as powerful as this one. I have a little boho blue one, and then I have a white one, an original. And my original one is so much stronger, and it cracks my plates constantly. So I just have learned to live with it, and I've given up. So I know that you're going to be like, wow, but it's just the way my machine is. There's just a lot of pressure, and for whatever reason, I have changed the top plate constantly, but it's just the way it is, and I don't mind. I like using my machine. It doesn't bother me. All right, so there's that. Let me put these back in. I like to keep it ready, on the ready. Okay, so we're going to pull off our dies, and then on this middle section here, there's a little punch hole because it cuts out that little intersection there. So let's go ahead and put that back on our plate, on our magnet plate. And there's our hydrangea. Isn't it so pretty? Like, look how different this one is from this one. I went a little heavy on my last coloring, and I really like this one a lot better. So every one is a little different based on the amount of pressure you use when you do your blends. But I think that's what's beautiful. No flower in nature is exactly the same, right? So why should it be when we stamp them? I love the variations, and I love having hydrangeas. I have some also, and they're a really beautiful flower. And based on the acidity of your soil is the colors that your hydrangeas will get. Did you guys know that? Okay, so I am going to show you how to make this triangle card. I'm gonna grab a, let's see. I'm going to grab a piece of bubble bath cardstock just to show you how to cut your piece, but I'm not going to use it today. When you make this card, you get the makings for 2 cards. And so I want to show you how it works. So the first thing you're going to do, I'll just leave it out, but you have to score your piece of card halfway and halfway. So 11 inches, half of that is 5.5. So you're going to score it to 5.5, and then you're going to turn it on the 8.5 inch side, and you're going to score all the way down 4.25. And I'm sure that I'm not completely in your line of sight, but there is my full sheet scored long way and a short way. Okay. And what we're going to do now is this cutter is not exactly big enough to make these cuts, so we're gonna have to remove our score blade to get it out of the way. Let me see if I can get it out. There we go. And I am going to lay the point here up here on this track, and I'm gonna lay the other point, I'm gonna try and show you, on this track here. So it's not going to cut all the way. We're going to have to do a little scissor cutting. This doesn't quite cut perfectly, but it's okay. Just make sure that you have your point on that track up here and down here before you close your scissor. You can start in the middle, and you're going to do a cut all the way across your piece, okay? So it cuts mostly, but see how it misses some spots because of this arching here? So you can do a couple things. You can slide it down and finish cutting. Let's see. No, I can't slide it down, sorry. I just cut it by hand. That's what I did last time. And let me put my my scoring blade back in here. There we go. I think I put it the wrong way. Put my scoring blade. There we go. Not that there's a right or wrong, but you want your blade depending on how you cut. So anyway, it didn't cut all the way through, but the line is there. See how you see it, but it's just not cut through. So all you need to do is just take your paper snips and go right up to the piece here. And see how it just falls right. You don't even have to do much cutting. I'm going to turn this one. It's a little easier from the point. So then I'm going to go ahead and line this up and just follow that line. You don't have to do anything special. And then you're going to have 2 pieces, okay? So this first one here is when you fold it, it's going to be like this. Now, the key is, see that gap? So the key when you fold these is to grab your bone folder, and you want to make sure that your point is right at that point, and you hold it there, and you'll get a good score. Same thing here. You want to make sure that your point is right where it needs to be, and as long as you hold it on that point and push these 2 pieces, I'm going to try and do it from this direction, it's a little easier. Put these 2 pieces together and hold your card, then you're going to run your bone folder, and you're going to get that seamless line without having that gap there, but it'll still show. But once we put our designer series paper on top, you're not going to notice it. So the other piece is a little different. So this one is going to fold like this. See, so you get 2 of them from each piece, okay? So this is how this works. I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna use my Balmy Blue just like this card. And I'm gonna put that up there for right now. So let me get this card stock out of the way. So here is my Balmy Blue, and this one I'm opening this direction. I chose to go opposite. So this one opens this way, and this one's gonna open this way. I could have turned it and had it be the same way, but I wanted to do opposite to show you guys you can make your cards both directions, okay? So the first thing you want to do is just make sure that there's nothing loose or nothing that needs a little extra trim, just because sometimes when you're doing your cut, you might slide back too far or go a little bit off the track. So just double check that. Again, the next thing you want to do is make sure that your piece lays flat and that your joint over the top is flat, and it is. So we're ready to go. So now we have a piece of 4 inch by 5 1/4. See, if it was like a regular card, same cut, but we want to cut that. So I'm going to go from this corner to this corner because I want to have the same line. Since my card opens that direction, I'm going to go from this corner to this corner because that's going to give me the 2 pieces in the right direction. So what I want to do is I want to lay, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to lay this corner here in the track and this corner here in the track. You're just going to have to move it around till you get it just right. And then you want to start your blade in the center, okay? And you're going to go one direction and then the other, and then there's your 2 pieces, okay? So those are going to go right there. Let me get my silicone mat. And when you glue them, you're going to butt this long edge right along that crease and leave your border on the outside edge, just like that, okay? So let's start with this bottom one. I love this Country Woods paper. I just find it so beautiful, and I just had to use it today. Also, guys, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the last chance list was refreshed. So if you haven't bought anything from the last chance list in a while, definitely check it out. You see how I'm opening that to get it out of the way? I really want to make sure that I have a little border on the top and the bottom, and you can open it completely if you want to, like this, so that you can see that line really well. And you want to butt that right up against that corner, and then just make sure that you have the same sides, just like that. So there's that one, okay? And now we're gonna do this one. So I wanna make sure that it's in the same direction. So I'm gonna just flip it over, put my glue first. All right, and this time I'm gonna open this way, and I'm gonna lay that right along that edge, and I wanna make sure that I get the right width, and I'm gonna close just to double check so that it lines up. It looks great. And I have a slight amount of cardstock showing, so all you do is just run your paper stamps, because they cut such a short amount, like such a thin amount off. Just make sure that any area, I'm gonna pick these up to show you how much I actually cut off. It's literally a hairline. Look at this little tiny curl. It's a very, very thin. That's all I had to cut off because I didn't move it over quite enough. But it's worth going through the effort of doing it, because if you do that, your paper is going to line up seamlessly, and see, you're not even going to be able to tell that there's any kind of seam there, which is pretty awesome. I just want to make sure that this one is straight also, because I saw a slight amount of light blue. There we go. I think I got it now. Just a hair, a hair, a hair. Okay. So there we go. So now absolutely seamless. So what we want to do is inside, we want to add a piece of basic white cardstock. And I want to stamp that with the hydrangea. I'm going to use Highland Heather. And I need to grab a scrap. I can just use the same scrap that I used for this. And I'm just going to ink up mainly the large flower section. And I'm going to just put it in the corner here. See how pretty that is? Just to add a little pop of the same part. And then I'm going to use Balmy Blue. And I have a little piece of basic white cardstock that I want to do for my sentiment on the front. So let's put this in here first. Let's get this out of the way. Bring my silicone mat back in. Add our adhesive. You can see how quick and easy this card is. And the fact that you get 2 each time you cut your full sheet of cardstock is nice, because you can make 2 cards at a time and you have 2 cards to give away, right? So we're going to add this inside here. Okay. So when you open it, you're going to have that little hydrangea pop right there. So this is going to go like this. And now we're going to add our hydrangea to the top. So we've already done all the hard part. What I want is for my hydrangea to be attached to this section only, and this section needs to just be listed. Or we could have it be opened to this section here. It's up to you, whichever you want to do, but whatever you decide to do, figure it out. You're going to open the section that's not going to have it, okay? So I am going to, I think I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to stick my hydrangea to this top. So this section here that's exposed is where we're going to put our dimensionals. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Whoops. And especially along this line, I want to make sure that I have good coverage. And of course, I know you guys are probably counting my dimensionals. It's kind of a thing, guys. So if you're new to us, I use a lot of dimensionals, and my girls love to keep track of how many I actually use for the cards. So don't feel bad that they're counting, because it's just a thing that we do. I've resigned myself to the fact that no matter what, they're going to count all my dimensionals, so it just is what it is, guys. All right, let me try and get this one up. It's a new one, so it's just starting. And let me grab one more. I'm going to add that one over here. And see, this is why they count my dimensionals, because I cannot stop using them. All right, I think, oh, that one got stuck to the back. I don't know if that's going to stick now. If you get a backing on the wrong side of the dimensional, they don't like to stick anymore. Let's see if I got that one down good enough. I think I did. All right. Let's pull the backs off of this one, and then all we're gonna do is close our card. I need to grab my little pinch bowl for these. I couldn't remember which ones I pulled off and didn't. Did I get this one? Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that in place. I'm going to fold my card. Whoops. I'm going to make sure it's closed, and then I'm going to press down. But not too hard in case I have to adjust it. Then I am quite happy with that, though. I think I want to move it just a hair to the right. Just a hair. Come on. There we go. All right. So now we have our hydrangea in place. Okay, and we're gonna do our sentiment. So let's open this and just make sure that it's nice and adhered. Okay, you don't want anything on this side because then your card won't open. So we're gonna add our sentiment. Let me get all of my dimensionals out of the way. And I have a piece of, I don't remember the size, let me measure it. 3 3/4 by it looks like 5/8 of an inch. All right, and I'm gonna stamp in Balmy Blue the sentiment that says, "You make a difference." Since we did the Highland Heather inside, I'm going to use Balmy Blue on the outside to tie in, of course, with the blue background. So I'm just going to stamp this right here, centered as best I can. Hopefully I got it straight. There we go, no problem. And I'm going to clean my stamp, and then I'm going to use an old punch because it just makes my life easier. I absolutely love it. And I hope that you all have it because I have talked about it enough. It's the Banners Pick-a-Punch. I love that it makes a quick and easy banner. So I'm just going to put it right in there and punch and put the other side in. And just make sure it's even and punch. And there's my flag, bannered ends or flagged ends. And I just love this punch for that because it just makes my life so much easier. All right. So now we're going to add this to our piece. So I'm going to add it here. And what I can do is I can either A, make it stick to my flower here, or B, have it stick to this side, which will be a problem. So we're going to make it stick to the same side that the flower's stuck to. So I'm going to stick it directly to the flower piece itself. And I'm going to put a dimensional on this side. So I'm just going to need one dimensional on this end, and I might put a couple more just because you guys need something to count. So I'm going to put them in these points because I really want make sure it doesn't stick out. I really want there to be support since we're not going to have too many dimensionals on this piece. So since it's going to stick over here, that will be on this side. And then this is going to be just wet glued. So I'm going to put wet glue here and wet glue up on that leaf right there. Let me make sure. I can go a little higher. I just want to make sure that it's definitely secured in place. Let's pull my dimensional backings off. There we go. All right. So now we're going to attach it to this side, make sure that it's over that line, and attach to my stem here. And you can't stick it on that side because it has to come up just like that and like that. So just make sure that I want to make sure I'm straight. I don't know if I was straight. I'm going to stick that down for a second. I think I got too much glue on this point. I love my little glue eraser. So this is our card number 1. Let's go ahead and add some dimensionals. So not dimensionals, some embellishments. So I'm still using these Tinsel Gem 4-pack just because I have them. I know they're sold out, but you can use any color that you want. You could go with the purple or the blues or the greens. I'm going to go with the blue, and I am going to add up here 2, and put one down here, a little one down here. I think that looks pretty good. So there are my blue dimensional, oh my gosh, I can't stop calling them dimensionals, my blue embellishments. And there is 2 different colored versions of our hydrangea card. I think it turned out really great. And card number 1 is done. Let's move on to card number 2. I'm going to put these away. We're going to need them again when we're done with our second card. Our second card is another triangle fun fold, and I can't wait to show you how to make it. It's so pretty. It's going to go a lot quicker than this one because I'm not going to be coloring the hydrangea. I've already showed you how to do that. I'm just going to give you a tip on the other. So this one goes this direction, so you're going to lift up and you're going to pull over, and this one says with love and thanks. So it's a really fun thank you card. I used the green this time, and I have a lot of green in the background. I use this beautiful perennial lavender paper, and this one is from Nests of Winter. It's one of the back sides of the birds. And then I wanted white and white. I wanted the white to really pop out my hydrangea, so I used basic white there and basic white here. Let me get some of these stamps put away because I have too many stamps on one block. So let's get this You Make a Difference put back. And I don't know if you guys keep yours attached right to the stamp set or if you keep them on this carrier sheet like I do, but I am gonna go ahead and put this one back. And I will need these 3, but I don't want all of them on the same side. So let's, all right. Whoops, I just dropped the stamp set right off my desk. It slid right off of the dies and right onto the floor. Okay, so this one I've already done the hydrangea. I'm gonna show you. And then I'll talk a little bit about it. So here's the hydrangea, but as you can see here, this one has a little extra pieces. So this bundle comes with the hydrangea stamp, but it comes with an extra die. Okay, and it's this one right here. And what that die does is it attaches to these 3 flowers. I have to find them first, hang on. There we go, these 3 flowers right here. And you can die cut those 3 flowers out. So I did that twice on scrap pieces of paper. So what I did was I inked up just the portion that has those 3 flowers with my memento. I stamped it on a piece of scrap basic white. I went through and with my mask colored, colored each of them. And then I die cut them out so that we could have a little bit of dimensionals on this card. So it gives you a little more to count, guys. So I just wanted to have more dimension on my hydrangea, and by adding those little pops up, it really lifts that hydrangea. I really think it's quite beautiful like that. So I wanted to show you that. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, you just grab a scrap. I used like a 2-inch scrap, like about this size. Let me find one. Okay, when I want one, I can never find one. I think these are too small. I don't know, maybe I used them all up. But basically, not this long, but a piece maybe about this size. I did a portion of them on this side, and then I cut that away, and then what was left, like it was this big, then what was left, I stamped another one, and then did the same thing with it. So just grab your scraps and make yourself 2 more. I'm gonna use that in a little while. Let's get the stamp set out of the way. And I'm gonna teach you how to make this. So you have a few options, okay? You can make your card 4 by 11, 4 1/4 by 11, okay? And you can score it at 5 1/2, or you can make your card 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, which is what this one is. And you can score at 4 1/4. So I wanted to show you one of each. So this one I did this direction, and hopefully it's gonna work in the other direction. I really hope that it will. If it doesn't, my bad. So since this one is like this, we want to go ahead and add our burnish to our card base. Oh, I hope it works, because now that I've jinxed myself and said it may not, we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't, hey, you'll live and learn through me. But I wanted to show you it both directions. I was hoping I could use the same set for both. Let's see what happens. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then you need a piece of 3 inches by 8 inches. And you're going to score that at 4. Okay, so these are our 2 pieces. So let me go ahead and get this one burnished as well. All right. So on this one right here, we're going to add a couple pieces of basic white. I wanted white on the outside, and I also wanted white on the inside. So before we do the inside, let's go ahead. This one's going to go sideways. So I'm going to turn it, and we're going to go ahead and stamp with love and thanks. So I'm using Highland Heather for that. And then Garden Green for my little leaf. So let's do with love first. Gotta make sure I'm nice and inked up here. All right. Hopefully it's straight, because I can't see very good this high up. With love. Oh yeah, not bad. And then I'm gonna do and thanks directly underneath it. So now we're gonna ink up and thanks. And I'm going to bring this, I'm hoping I'm not out of camera. I don't think I am. I'm going to put and thanks directly under the word love there. There we go, with love and thanks. And I want to put a little leaf here. So we're going to grab a garden green. And I'm going to clean this, and we're going to add a leaf in the corner. And remember, this one's going sideways, so that's why I did it the way I did. And I think I'm going to put it on this end this time. Look how pretty that is. And this is also from the Thankful Garden bundle, which comes with your dies, your stamps, and your masks. I actually gave away this bundle during the first, or not the first, in May's, no, I think it was April's game night. So see, you can win bundles. Don't miss out. Join us for game night. We have so much fun. Okay, so I want to get a triangle. So my card is going to open this way, and I want to diagonally cut in this direction right here. Because I could do it this way too. It doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and do it from this corner to this corner. So what I want to do is I want to grab my paper trimmer. And I'm going to do it from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to open my card. And I'm going to put this corner on my score line and then the point on the score line. Okay. And I just want to make sure I get it just right. And that it doesn't shift on me, because that happens. So you want to hold it nice. I think we're good now. And I'm going to go ahead and place it and go ahead and cut this piece off. So now we have our cut right down the center, and there's our triangle. Just like here, we had this triangle, okay? Let me move this out of the way. You can use this for scraps. All right. So we're going to add our green background. This is a piece of 4 inches by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and attach that. And see, there's the nests of winter birds, and they're so pretty. I love this paper. And by the way, it's on last chance. It just got on last chance. And it was carried over from the mini catalog, and it was now added to the last chance list. So if you want this paper, it's fantastic for Christmas in July. If you want to get a jump start on your cards, because literally all you need is the paper to make cards. It has so many beautiful birds on it that can be fussy cut. And it's, I don't know if it's discounted, but it's definitely on last chance. Okay, so that's our background. And on this piece here, we are going to cut another piece of 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to cut it in half the same way we did this. So from this corner to this corner. So let me bring out my trimmer. And we're going to cut it from this corner here. I'm going to put that in the track at the top. And I want to try and leave that there and move this point to fit. Okay, I'm quite happy there. I'm going to start in the middle, and there we go. So this one you can put with your stash of DSP, maybe cut a circle from there, a rectangle, or whatever you want. And this piece, we are going to attach it right here. And just like with the other card, you want to attach it right along this long edge and leave your border on the side. So let's go ahead, look at the back of it. This paper is gorgeous. This is from the Perennial Lavender Suite. And this has not retired yet, so it is still available. You can get it in the annual store, in the annual catalog, or in the store. But it is such a beautiful set of products. So pretty. All right. I think the stamp set that goes with this set is on last chance as well. I'm going to open this so I can really see that I'm on the edge there and that I have a good border. All right. So that's what we have so far. So we did a sideways and a portrait and a landscape card. Okay, I don't know if the hydrangea is going to work, but we'll just have to wait and see. So this one's going to be this way, and it's going to open like this. So let's see if I can fit the hydrangea. I think I'm just going to lay it sideways, and I think it'll be quite pretty when it opens to the right. So I think it's going to work. Sorry, what we're going to do here is we're going to add our stamped our stamped inside to our card. And then I'm going to add my basic white layer to the outside. This piece here is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And you need 2 of them. This, let me move out of the way as well. And let's add our white piece to the front. I really felt like the white really made that hydrangea pop. It's so pretty. All right, so we're gonna add this piece to the front. And you can use designer series paper as well if you have 3 papers that coordinate well. So now we have to adhere this piece to the inside. And one way to figure out where it works is that this point lines up with an edge here and this point lines up with that edge right there. And it's a really great way to do it. So what I like to do is keep it really tight, turn it like this, hold it, try not to get it to move or shift, and add your I can't even think, adhesive. And then what you're gonna do is leave it like that, and you're gonna close this like we did last time, okay? And then I'm just gonna pick it up gently, make sure that it's still set up the way I want, and it is. And I wanna open this and make sure that it looks good on the inside, and it does. I think I'm just gonna slide it a smidge that way. And let's see how that looks. Perfectly fine. Looking good. I'm quite happy with that, and that's why I like to use the wet glue, because it has a smidge of wiggle room for me. And so there's the inside. We're going to close this flap and this flap. Okay, so now let's add our hydrangea, and we're going to lay it this way a little bit to the side. And you could put it even this way if you wanted to. It's really up to you. I'm just going to lay it slightly, not all the way, just slightly laying to the side. So that means this bottom section and the stem doesn't need any dimensionals, and the little bit of the top doesn't need dimensionals either. So I'm gonna lay it like this so I can see what's hanging off, so that I can add my dimensionals to my piece. And I'm not gonna put like right on the edges or anything. I'm just going to add around the outside and then a couple on the inside. And I don't want to go past my piece here, so that's probably really good. And I want to add, I'm going to do one here and maybe a mini right here, and a mini on the point right here. All right, so I'm quite happy with that. So now we're going to go ahead and adhere our hydrangea. Just make sure that you have all of your pieces. If you laid it over the top, you should have no problem, because you don't want anything to stick to the other part of the card because it won't open. All right, we're doing good. I'm quite happy with this card. I think it turned out really great. And I'm kind of excited that I did one both directions. Did I get this one? Oh yeah, I did. Some of them are hard to tell if I've removed them by looking at them, because I'm not directly over the top. All right, so there we go. So let's go ahead and add our hydrangea. I want to make sure that this piece and this piece, I don't want anything to hang out, so I just want to double check. I'm going to move this down slightly. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. So now we're gonna use these pieces and pop them up. So I am gonna use quite a few dimensionals for this, so don't be shocked. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put one big one there, and then I'm gonna use minis. So I'm gonna put a pair of minis in each of these little pieces because I really don't want this to sag at all. And one set over here. So keep counting. What are we up to, Rose? Because this is the last of the ones that I'm going to put on here. So I hope you almost have a count for me. All right. While she's adding up, I'm going to take the backs off of this and show you how beautiful the dimension that this adds to your projects. All right, come on, get off so we can finish our pretty card. We're almost there. If I can just get these backs off. Let me turn it this way so it doesn't stick to me. Some of them hold on harder than others. I find that like sometimes I pull dimensionals out of the package and sometimes they're so loose that when I pull off of one, a bunch of other ones come off, and then other times I feel like they never want to come off, like now. All right, so we're gonna do some placement. I'm gonna add this one up here somewhere, and then I'm gonna turn this one this direction. I just think that it adds so much to your card. Look at having that little bit extra pop on there. I just think it's so pretty. What do you guys think of this card? So this one will open this direction and this direction. So this is the landscape, and this one is the portrait. Which one do you like better? All right, I also wanted to share with you, in case you missed, Tuesday's projects just real quickly. So these are our triangle fold cards, which was today's video. And I did triangle backgrounds. Here's 1, 2, 3, and I should have one more that's monochromatic. What did I do with it? I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. I was like, wait a minute. So this is the one I did, and then I showed a few other samples. So this one's the monochromatic, and then this is two-toned. And again, see how this one's lighter, this one's darker? Every time you do different. And then this one is with a sentiment from that set. And then this one I just went completely different with a different stamp set. It was Impressions, Floral Impressions, and I used Floral Impressions paper. But this one, Floral Impressions paper, this die cut is from this set, as well as the sentiment here. And then this one, of course, used everything from the set, and I used the Country Woods paper. So if you missed watching me teach you how to make these backgrounds, you can catch that. It's actually a two-parter because YouTube decided to glitch right in the middle of me doing my video. But we came out on top, didn't we, ladies? You never let YouTube win. All right, so again, we're using the Thankful Garden. It is masks and dies and a stamp set. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make these cards. I certainly had a fantastic time, and I always am grateful to have you join me. If you're not part of my Inky Hands crew, or if you if you want to take my gallery notes and totes class, I would be so grateful. Join us for game night. We always have so much fun, and I hope to see you next time. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping.